Let me ask you a basic question. Do facts matter?
Yes, they do. I hope we get to them one of these days as to what really happened in our election and all the people who are responsible for it.
How did you come to be involved in the election effort, post the election?
I wish I knew. It was like this huge tsunami hit us. I was in the area at the time. I had worked with Mr. Giuliani for a few days before on another matter. And the next thing I know, I'm smack in the middle of it. And people are pouring in with offers of help and wanting to investigate, wanting to give us affidavits, wanting to tell what they saw happen in their specific areas. And lawyers all over the country came to the rescue in local areas and in Washington.
Did you already have a relationship with President Trump?
Yes, I did have a relationship with President Trump. I knew Rudy Giuliani. I knew essentially everybody that was in the middle of all of it.
What was your relationship with Trump? Did he trust you?
I believe he did trust me.
Based on what?
I don't really know how to describe that other than conversations that we had had that, for obvious reasons, I can't discuss.
And had you been much in the Oval Office?
Yes, I'd been there a number of times.
So the election is technically over. You're in the Oval Office with the President. What did that feel like? What was the atmosphere at that time?
I would say it was one of great concern because most of us there knew something very wrong had happened. It was obvious to me from the mathematical and statistical impossibilities that occurred the night of our election. I already had some knowledge of the ability of voting machines to be tampered with.
All right, let's get a few simple facts straight. In how many states were Smartmatic machines and software used in the 2020 election?
I don't even know the exact numbers.
After all your involvement?
Well, the focus was on the 6 key swing states, places where voting had stopped being counted the night of the election.
But you were making some big statements, very dramatic, critical statements about Smartmatic. You must have known what their involvement was in the election.
Well, I know that Smartmatic and Dominion were essentially inextricably intertwined and had done business together for a long time.
Let's leave the history. Just in terms of the 2020 election, what was Smartmatic's involvement?
Oh, you'd have to go look at our complaint with respect to the 4 states that we filed legal complaints in to get the details of that.
A Google search would tell you, let alone anything that Smartmatic themselves have said subsequently, that they were involved in one single county in LA. Are you saying you're not aware of that?
Well, I'm saying I think their involvement's probably a lot bigger than that.
But their machines were used in one county. You're aware of that?
Well, their machines might have been used one place, but their software could very well have been used other places.
You claimed on Fox that Smartmatic shifted votes from Trump to Biden in multiple battleground states. That was your argument, wasn't it?
That there was an algorithm run in the machines via the software that shaved votes from Trump and gave those to Biden.
What actual research or fact-checking did you do at the time to find out what Smartmatic's actual involvement in the election was?
Do you work for Smartmatic?
You've made an allegation against Smartmatic that they stole a presidential election. I think it's incumbent on both of us to know what Smartmatic's involvement was. It seems like a pretty foundational fact.
I mean, I'm confused right now about why you're here.
Because you made a series of very strong allegations against Smartmatic and against Dominion, containing many errors of fact. Do you accept the fact now that the company that you accused of stealing a national election only operated in one county in LA in California? One county, one state?
No, I'm not prepared to accept that fact. I think Smartmatic's involvement was far more significant than that. Do I think they're trying to minimize their involvement? Of course I do.
You said that Smartmatic owns Dominion. How do you justify such a basic factual error?
I'm going to stop this interview. It's wholly inappropriate in the litigation that we're in.
But we're not even in the area of great dispute, these are the simple facts of who owns what.
No, we're done. I'm sorry.
These are facts.
When we are in litigation against me personally,
I understand that, but we're
billions.
Yes,
of dollars.
I understand that these are very serious allegations.
Thank you very much.
But these are also very basic facts that we're dealing
Turn the
with.
camera off. We're done. I'm highly skeptical of how long this is going to last.
Okay. I appreciate you coming back.
Yeah, well, I'm volunteering my time here, and I didn't come here to be accused of anything.
Rudy Giuliani has had his license suspended and is likely to lose his law license because of the way he misrepresented facts in the cases he was involved in. Do you anticipate that you will meet the same end?
Heavens no. And Rudy Giuliani shouldn't have met that end either.
Despite the fact
The
that
standard that they held him to there is absolutely preposterous.
Rudy Giuliani misrepresented the facts and lied about a whole series of details related to the 2020 election. That's why he's lost his license.
I
because he
disagree
lied.
completely. Lawyers get things wrong. Lawyers occasionally misrepresent things. The only thing I know that Rudy misstated was something about whether a fraud case had been filed or not. We had filed fraud cases.
He claimed,
hadn't.
amongst many other things, that people who were dead had voted. They hadn't. He misrepresented the numbers of people who had voted in Michigan. He claimed that people were on the roll who were dead. All of those people turned out to be legitimate votes. It's a very
I don't
long
know.
list.
They've been cleaning off voter rolls right and left. They've taken tens of thousands of people off voter rolls after the election, people who shouldn't have voted before the election. There's a lot of track covering going on out there in the various states because of what happened in this election, and they know they were wrong.
So, in the end, it's you and Rudy Giuliani against the system, isn't it?
I wouldn't. No, there are a lot more people involved than me and Rudy Giuliani.
What do you have in your case? You have a bunch of dodgy affidavits that don't add up. You have a group of people with dubious credentials.
That's your
and no
characterization.
evidence.
That's all your characterization.
So far, you've provided no evidence.
You might as well be
whatever.
working for Dominion and Smartmatic.
I'm just waiting for you to provide the evidence.
Yeah, well, you'll see it in court.
Thank you.